To locate the new Timeweaver set, all you gotta do is go to the hunting grounds, scroll down to Paradox Breaks, not Peaks. Go there, go all the way to the Chronivore Temple, and then it's to your left. Just go in the temple, and like right before you actually enter the temple itself, there's a little enclosure type cave thing to your left with a pillar, and the Timeweaver armor set is right there. It's just right there. Well, that was anticlimactic. What's going on, guys? Doe here. Hope we're doing good. And today we have the single best set of armor in Dauntless. It also looks pretty cool. I was not expecting to have these kind of dye channels. Like, this is actually insanely sick IMO. But this armor is absolutely busted, as you can see. I'll go into more detail in a bit, but first enjoy me reading the lore, because why not? The Crystal Method, the mysterious time-lost culture, the Orrery, has dubbed the Timeweavers were clearly a resourceful, if ill-fated people, stranded on the Paradox Breaks, almost said Peaks again, with no way... I'm reading here, sir. With no way back to their own time. These enigmatic refugees crafted chrono-resistant armor using the very crystals and arcanite from which the island cluster is made. According to what you've been able to piece together, the crystal fragments diffuse the temporal energy that might otherwise harm them. An ingenious innovation born of pure and sadly doomed desperation. You won't be able to say for certain what this armor can do until you see Moira Hegskater and ask her for a professional assessment. Blah blah blah. Timeweaver armor set poggers. The thing that makes this armor undisputedly the best armor set in Dauntless is the fact that it just has entirely good cell slots and good cell stats. It's not the best combination of armor, but for like a base set, it's insanely powerful. So you get Technique slot on the helmet and gloves, and a power slot on the chest and feet. And on the helmet, you get Predator. The chest, overpower. The gloves, overpower. And the feet give you Catalyst. Those are all pretty much meta cells in their entirety. And that is cracked. Also, the set looks pretty cool. I'm not sure why, but this chest piece looks sick. Like, the way that the dye channels work, for once, are dope. Sometimes the dye channels can be, like, you know, kind of suspect, and they can throw off the entire vibe of the armor set. But in this case, the way the crystals dye, I assume they're crystals, is goatified. Goated on the Queenies, as they say. It's pretty cracked. As Ganji says, at least. So, this armor set is nuts! And I'm gonna go ahead and try and piece together a build real quick. But, for crafting this armor... it isn't going to be too crazy, but it is going to require you to fight a slew of behemoths. I think you need to fight... so you need to get a Cataclysm Shard from Mezukiri, a Galactic Shard from Valamir, and a Stoneheart Shard from Skarn. So you need 4 total shards because every single piece of gear takes the exact same thing, as well as Aether Dust, I believe, and some Rams for just crafting it to begin with. And then after that, you're going to need a shard from Torgadoro, and then Malkarian, and then who's like the last nerd you need a shard from? Wait. And Chronivore. You need one from Chronivore. And as well as Aether Dust. Aether Dust you get from the middleman, just salvage a bunch of cells. So I went ahead and already power surged my gear, which I probably shouldn't have done, but in any case, even if this gear isn't power surged, it's still really freaking good. And for a new player, it's going to be really kind of simple to get. Getting the shards and I guess the Aether Heart for reforging is going to be the only difficult part, but it doesn't take too long to get the initial shards to craft the armor in the first place, which is why it shouldn't be that bad of an armor for a beginner player. Finish the Catalyst. Add some, I guess, Discipline, because it hasn't been nerfed yet. Like, this low-life build has not been changed, so we can still get absolutely ridiculous with it, which is kind of nice. Berserker, because why not? And I know I'm not using Iceborne. I haven't used Iceborne in a while. It's not... like, if you use Iceborne, it's whatever, right? But I kind of just don't. I might make a different build in this video, though. We'll see. What's a fun thing to use right now? Molten Edict is pretty cracked right now. Probably change that to Wild Frenzy instead, then, because we have enough attack speed. This could be Rage. Rage, and then Predator. See, like, the changes to exotics, by the way, I'll be covering this a bit later, but the changes to exotics are fantastic. Except the Hunger and the God Hand are still kind of lackluster, whatever. I might make like a tier list for that, just to discuss the flaws and what I'd like to see changed kind of thing. Might pull a macro and just copy him in some way in that factor in that way. But yeah, Catalyst, Overpower, Predator, Rage, Wild Frenzy, plus your Berserker, and then Discipline. I just realized this gear has Predator, so there's pretty much no reason to be using this entire set if you're trying to use Iceborne. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, this is not the prettiest build I've ever made in my life, but it's a build that you could use if you were down bad enough. And yeah, that's all I gotta say for that. I gave you all the Iceborne build. It's kind of rough making it with this armor. You're just better off using like Boreas stuff. But if you want to get, like, you know, kind of ignorant, this is something you could do. And like I said, what is, like, this change is cracked. I did not realize that Echoes got Rage, because now it's just a better version of the Shroud Helmet. It's kind of wild. But anyway, y'all, that's the video. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more gaming content. I'll probably be making videos on some PvE games. I realized that this channel should probably stay PvE. I do have a separate channel for PvP stuff, like Apex for the most part. I got a TikTok for Apex. I post some pretty cool clips, I think, at least. And other than that, be sure to use credit code OhDough in the Epic Games Store. I appreciate it very greatly. And y'all have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.